project proposal site is located at Lucena, the capital of Quezon Province. It is approximately 137 kilometers southeast of Metro Manila, taking Maharlika Highway. Having the coordinates of 13 degrees 56 minutes north latitude and 121 degrees 37 minutes east longitude. It is classified as highly urbanized city and sustains a population of 266,000 as of 2015, divided into 33 barangays. This city is the gateway of Southern Tagalog, Metro Manila, and other parts of mainland Luzon. In this project exploration, my main proposal is the incorporation and designing of Superblock and Walkable City. As an independent city center of the region, it has been covered with commercial structures and institutional facilities. Some recreational areas are being transformed into business sector. On the other hand, the population density is also rising more than the expected estimate. However, the increase of population does not make a tight sense of community. Through history, humans have always lived in small, tight, and small-knit communities and relied on these communities for survival. Recently, we moved toward a much more isolated way of life. This can be the cause of rising levels of depression, anxiety, PTSD, and even the growing levels of divisiveness, based on the study of Sebastian Hunger. With this being said, an increasing number of people are more drawn to individuality and lack of sense of community. Somehow, people are also dealing with lack of safety and comfortability in recreational and community activation spaces. Other effects of population increase is congestion and unorganization in road networks. These are the rising problems based on the CLUP of Lucena City. This project aims to acquire and achieve a walkable city, a community-activated block, people-attracting hubs, and a bypass or alternative routes. Envisioning a safe, comfortable, and interesting pedestrian network by promoting a walkable city and increasing the activities in the ground level, turning urban neighborhood into a village where kids could play on the street, a space where it could be used for sports, entertainment, culture, knowledge, and arts. In identifying a place for the Superblock, according to its proponent, Salvador Rueda, we must look for a mixed social composition. This particular block is a combination of typologies and a combination of different people from different status. This makes the space more engaging, having a portion of business or commercial area and another portion of residential area. Aside from mixed-use composition, some of the parameters that I have considered is avoiding the banks. As the finance center of Southern Tagalog, no wonder this city has various banks all over the place. These are handling a huge and crucial role in controlling over a large part of supply of the money circulation. It holds the economic stability of the city and the larger scale region. In choosing a site for the Superblock, the main orbiting factor is avoiding banks inside the block, as it might be dangerous to have transaction of traveling the money where vehicles are not allowed to enter. One of the highlights of the area is the old Oceanic Palace Super Mall, which is at the edge of the Superblock. It was the grandest mall in late 90s but no longer operated after two major malls started operating in the city. Making the most out of the space of the abandoned mall, I have designed it to be one of the major hubs inside the Superblock. This mall will be turned into a multi-purpose center. Its ground floor will be used for a commercial space lease and an administration office of the Superblock to ensure the organization and effectivity of the design community project. The second floor will be an urban farming aquaponics, which will be open and free for the public as long as they will take care and take responsibility of the products that they will harvest. The basement one will be allocated as a bike parking area, and the portion of that floor will be an emergency vehicle parking space for the bikers. Whenever they would be stuck due to a heavy rainfall, it will be a system-operated vehicle that only bikers with cards, which are under the city regulation system, are allowed to take the vehicle. And lastly, the basement 2 will be the city parking. Mostly in the whole poblacion, cars are all parked alongside the walkways, which causes traffic and congestion. Providing a parking space for them will eventually lessen the congestion and pollution. The same as with the card system in the bike, they could be transported by the use of tap cards. In promoting the bike as a mode of transportation, this Superblock also caters a hub that is an on-the-go biker's nook, where bikers who are in a rush will still have time to either take out or dine in without detaching on their bikes. Another hub is a skate park, promoting a safe recreational activity for the youth and an activity that will develop their social awareness and knowledge. As stated by Narina Caltabiano, a psychologist, social capital support and sense of connection with place and recognized components of human well-being. Social capital supports health benefits to be derived from the skateboarding and skate parks. And lastly, for the hubs, an inclusive park that considers assistance for kids, this playground is inspired from Harper's Playground. It caters different playground equipments like spacious swings and assisted slides. This playground could also hone the sense of culture of the young ones. Filipino larong kalye is introduced, and at the same time, with the logical thinking in the form of cultural awareness could also be improved with the historical puzzle tubes by turning the tubes to complete a form or a picture. Additional feature of the Superblock could offer is it has stalls all over the designated area to boost the social interaction and the economic growth in the block. Most of the stalls are located at the outer part of the Superblock to attract and engage the people outside from the Superblock. The notable landmark inside the block is the monumental statues of the local heroes of Lucena. Here are the 4 statues. First is the Franciscan priest Juan de Plasencia and Diego de Oropesa. Lucena City is first appeared in records under the name of Tayabas when it was found by them. Second is by Reverend Father Mariano Granja. The town's name was officially changed to Lucena in honor of this Spanish friar. Third is Jose Zaballero. During the Philippine Revolution in 1886, he was the captain municipal who led the local revolution. And lastly, Don Gregorio Marquez, who became the first elected president under the revolutionary government of Emilio Aguinaldo. This Superblock has also allocated a public toilet, potable water fountain, segregated trash bins, tactile markers to indicate that you are approaching towards the end of the block, and the pocket or lane of green spaces. Presence of the park had a positive association and frequency of the sport activity, total walking time, and the psychological aspects. In incorporating the walkable city, Jeff Speck, the planner and designer of Walkable City, has given out 4 pointers to consider a pedestrian-friendly walkways. First is for the roads to be safe and feel safe. Second is for it to be comfortable. Third is having a proper reason to walk. And lastly, interesting. These parameters are achieved in Superblock. Now, going outside the Superblock is a different case. The city is linked to its neighboring towns, cities, and provinces through various transports. The most used transport network is by roads. The city's core is dominated by merchandising and service establishments, while manufacturing concerns are located in designated areas of the outskirts of the city. In traffic management, here are the site constraints of highly dense intersections in Poblacion, based on the traffic management of Lucena in 2017. The existing operating conditions of the study on roadways and intersections were evaluated with respect to the identifying of the issues of vehicular and pedestrians. Major road intersections are the cause of traffic congestions and delay. Situated in 3 different types of roads, data were collected and analyzed. Both national, primary, and secondary have a larger length of 10 meters to accommodate more vehicles, and 8 meters for the national tertiary. Here are the redesigning of the roads where every classification has a road where emergency vehicles like fire trucks is considered to ensure that the flow of the network could cater any emergency situations. And by adding a bike lane and the proper area for pedestrian walkway, narrowing down the road tends to slow down the vehicles. Additional for the study is by planning out a bicycle network and the parking provisions outside the Superblock. By closing a number of streets and narrowing down the roads to cater the density of the vehicles, it is recommended to provide an alternative route or a bypass road. This alternative two-way route is located at the riverside, together with the bike lane, river walkway, slope protection, and the mangrove lane at the riverside. Given the project proposals, each are fully supported by studies and theories. Generally, to maintain a community-activated spaces, architecture could not stand alone in an urban setting without a proper implementation and law constrictions coming from the local government unit.